Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Hoven of Ramos Law and your host of Health Matters. Today, we're going to talk about a small little joint in your spine that has a big role to play in pain. It's called the facet. We're going to talk about facet joints, facet joint injuries, and what you can do about them right now. In every spinal segment that we have in our bodies, which by the way, there's roughly 24 of them, depending on if someone has an anomaly or not, there's something called facets, one on the left and one on the right. Those facets are responsible for gliding motion, for movement, and allow us to have the movement that we have in our lives. So whether our head is flexing or turning, no matter what we're doing with our spine, these facet joints are the facilitators of movement. Now, what can happen is under degeneration, where they've been in poor posture for a long time, under repetitive motion, where something has been going on in the same movement in an incorrect way, or under a major trauma like a car accident, a sports injury, slip and fall, something like that, there can be damage to those facets. Think of it like this. A facet can be like an ankle joint, where if that joint gets sprained, then it gets swelling around it, it doesn't move as good, it's very painful. The same thing can happen to a facet joint. So if I take our spine here and I show you where a facet joint is, there's facet joints all along the spinal column. So the facet joints are the ones on the back side, and it's the facet of a upper vertebra that slides on the facet of a lower vertebra. So there's one on top, one on the bottom, one set on the left, one set on the right, and that same configuration goes all the way down the spine. So if you get a facet joint, the things that you'll feel are local pain for sure in that area of the spine, and it will feel kind of, if it's an acute or a new injury, it'll feel kind of sharp, but if it's been there for a while, it'll feel a dull, deep ache typically, and it's relieved oftentimes, if we're talking about non-pharmacological, it's relieved with motion that's easy. Like if there's an extreme rapid motion, that irritates it, but if there's just gentle gliding, oftentimes that will relieve it temporarily. So those are some things that you can look for in facet joints. But what really helps with facet joints, if they're not too far gone, if they're not too severely damaged, is things like stretching, good healthy stretching, manipulation like chiropractic care. You can get help with the swelling around facet joints by taking things like turmeric, fish oils, other anti-inflammatories. If you have to, you can take prescription anti-inflammatories, those help as well. Anything that's going to relax the inflammation cascade and process is going to help. And then structurally, the manipulation side is a really great thing. And then doing rehab exercises to the area. If it were the neck facets that were damaged, getting rehab exercises that are specifically designed to strengthen that neck in a normal posture and take pressure off the facets, that's the way to go. One more thing, facets, if swollen enough, can put pressure on the nerve around the facet, sending pain somewhere else, whether that goes into your head or your neck or your arm or your leg, just depends on the nerve and the facets involved. So if that's been helpful, please share it with someone. Lots of people have facet injuries, facet damage, facet degeneration, and there's things that can be done. They don't need to suffer needlessly. I hope this has been helpful. Share it. If you have questions, let me know. You can reach me, jim@ramoslaw.com. I'm happy to help. And if you have other topics that you'd like us to talk about, just let me know. Email me and I'll be happy to do what I can to give you the information that you're looking for. So until next time, be great and remember, your health matters.